Ladies and gentlemen, if I told you the very line that Bitcoin is testing right now for resistance stems backwards to 2011, before the first Bitcoin halving, before the assassination of Osama bin Laden, before the death of Gaddafi, before what's another event that happened in 2011, the first Game of Thrones season. If I told you there was a line that stems backwards 14 years on Bitcoin that we're testing right now, would you believe me? Well, I hope you would, because I'm going to show you it right now in this video. It stems back right here from the 2011 peak, way back, and cuts right across the price action, and we are testing that right here today at $105,000. Before we get into it today, guys, we have an exchange here that has never been hacked before in 3.5 years of being on the market. That is global non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world and use this exchange without a VPN. And furthermore, with my referral link down below, you can get a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life, as well as $8,000 plus USDT in trading rewards added to your account as trading bonuses for signing up with my referral link down below. This is big stuff here. It's an excellent deal. I reached out to them for partnership. They did not reach out to me. I don't get paid by them. The only thing I get is a referral link. And if you want all those things I just mentioned, which you should, trust me, I've done the scouting of the market, you can use my link down below to sign up. It takes 30 seconds and you'll get those rewards and bonuses and you'll help out the channel. I appreciate that, guys. Let's get into the content. The last month on Bitcoin has been very interesting. We broke from a descending wedge formation, which you can see here in green, after bouncing from our major horizontal support stemming from our prior macro price range from 2024's highs between 70,000 and 74,000. Saw a massive surge to the upside, broke back into a prior macro range in yellow. Those yellow lines stem backwards from the 2017 cycle and the 2021 cycle and formed, as I just said, our prior macro range, which we broke down below briefly, but now we're very well back above it. We've actually flipped it for support. It's very clearly valid once again. And now we end up in a position where we've just a couple of days ago breached above the POC on the volume profile at around 98,000, the area of most resistance on the chart you can see on the screen right now. And now we're kind of lurking, okay? And we're kind of in a position in which we would think that the next logical step would be Bitcoin to attack all-time highs and head upwards above all-time highs, head upwards to something like 120,000, 130,000. But that's not exactly true just yet. And it's because of this, what I would claim to be a hidden resistance level stemming from the 14-year-long resistance line. Now, you might have your doubts about the validity of this line, but I would quickly go ahead and squash those doubts just by showing you the interactions we've seen with the line. Although we haven't remained above it or below it for the entire price history of Bitcoin, it's unreasonable to expect us to have done that, given it's 14 years long. Every single time, pretty much without fail, I think there's been one fake out that's actually significant. Every single time without fail, besides one occasion maybe, we have interacted with this line and very clearly bounced and rejected from it, right? Seeing very major resistance and support retests on a macro scale. You can see them here: resistance, resistance, support, 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 okay? Even during the COVID bottom right here, support. Every single time there's a support retest and resistance retest there. That was the fake out I was talking about. Even within that fake out, we still rejected from it, projected from it again, bounced on for support, right? We had about a year and a half where we were below it. We rejected from it, found a high, rejected from it, found a high, got above it, found a support bounce, got below it, rejected from it, right? Every single time we touch this line, the interaction means something, right? Very, very few failures on that regard. So although it has not held up as support and resistance, although it's not perfect and precise, given the fact that it's been backwards 14 years, it has vaguely been an influential level. And hence, with this line sitting right here at around 107,000, which is basically where Bitcoin peaked out yesterday, around 107, 106,000, it reached about 104,000. That is going to be the buffer between Bitcoin reaching all-time highs, okay, and Bitcoin not doing that. That line is kind of the final hurdle that I wasn't really expecting, and a lot of people weren't really expecting. Now, I've spoken about this line before, but in honesty, I didn't expect Bitcoin to surge this rapidly, this quickly. I wouldn't say didn't expect that, but it's certainly caught me off guard because I wasn't looking at lines up here at 107,000 when we were down here at 84,000 just a couple of weeks ago. That's what I'll say. And the fact that we have this line right here at 107,000 means that there is actually a hurdle we need to cross before we get to all-time highs on Bitcoin. And that hurdle is, as I said, the 14-year-long ascending resistance line. There's really not much else to say about it but that. but it's good to know that there is something there, okay? So this invisible resistance zone that Bitcoin has found, there is minor support right here at 102,000, but there's really nothing here. It's kind of a level of indiscrepancies, a level of, not indiscrepancies, but a no man's land. We don't really know what's there. We haven't spent much time between 105,000 and 110,000. There's no established resistance there. So seeing Bitcoin find resistance at about 104,000 can't really be explained by much else other than this line right here. And I think this is a pretty bloody good explanation. So obviously, Bitcoin needs to break above this line now. Now, the issue with that is I think we will break the line, but it is an ascending resistance line. So it gets higher and higher and higher gradually, which means Bitcoin is finding an uphill battle, and hence it needs a significant surge in price action in order to get over this line. In the same way that descending channels are easy to break out to the upside from because you don't need much buying momentum to shift the trend, right? And in the same way that ascending channels are hard to break up from because you need a lot of buying momentum to break above an ascending channel, an ascending trend, we need a lot of momentum to break above this line. I think we will see it, but if we see a pullback beforehand, that wouldn't surprise me too much. Now, where can Bitcoin pull back to? This is the second part of the video. Well, in my head, it seems very, very clear that a logical level Bitcoin could pull back to, if it's going to see this pullback, is back to the POC on the volume profile at around 97,000. That is, as I said, the area of most support now, because we flipped it, the area of most support on this chart. And so 97,000 would be a critical level for Bitcoin to hold. Below that, we can go slightly below that, and we can test the bottom of our current macro range, which is the range that we've actually reclaimed on Bitcoin, and hence this yellow support line at around 93,000. I wouldn't like to see Bitcoin go much lower than that. In the absolute worst case scenario, I could see Bitcoin go to 88,000, but any lower than that, and I'd be seriously skeptical about whether that was a correction or an actual rejection from this 14-year line and the start of a bear market. In my view, Bitcoin has a strong upwards trend here from a strong momentum shift and breakout, and it would be in its best interest to maintain that. And I don't really see a scenario in which Bitcoin would be maintaining strength after a pullback significantly below its recent low at 93,000. So to me, 93,000 would be the last healthy bottom. The optimal bottom would be 97, and a last resort would be 88 or something along those lines. Now, obviously, Bitcoin doesn't even need to pull back at all, but it is worth noting that with a line this big, a pullback wouldn't be something something you'd be scared of or something you'd be surprised of. It'd be very, very normal. So if for example, a lot of people right now, I would assume, have just got back into the market. They're looking at the price action. They're just interested in crypto again. If you do see it roll over, that's not a sign that, it's over, it's the end, it was all a scam. That's probably just a healthy pullback. We cannot forget that Ethereum and the altcoin market have made major gains, had a major revival during this move upwards, and that is an excellent sign that we are on track for the rest of this bull market to occur. Altcoins don't do well unless bullish market environments are coming or already being seen. Okay, the fact that Ethereum has so dramatically outperformed Bitcoin in the last 48 hours, it's gone upwards about 40%, while Bitcoin's upwards about 11 or 12%, right? That is an excellent sign. That only happens during market environments of hype, during market environments where greed is coming back slowly. And this is just the first step of that, in my view. I really hope it is. Ethereum BTC, and we mentioned all of this yesterday, also reversing, also coming up on a momentum shift on the RSI. And if we see that momentum shift, we see a little bit more upwards price action, we can see this ball really get rolling. And the fact that we haven't actually seen that momentum shift yet does convince me that it's just starting. So I don't think that this is the end of the bull market, even though this major resistance line is here. I think we are in a strong scenario. I think we're in a good position. And I think that if we do see a pullback, it will be nothing but healthy. But obviously, with that said, we can't just, blindly, oh, okay, cool, that's awesome, let's buy now. We have to keep an eye on those levels. And if the levels start getting lost significantly, like we've just mentioned, 88,000, that's a sign to get the hell out. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. In tomorrow's video, I'll give you a short-term update on the situation. I think that's necessary. Check out the Bitunix Exchange if you haven't already done so. It's global non-KYC. You do not need a VPN to use this exchange or to sign up. That's an excellent thing in this market environment, in this regulatory environment. Never been hacked before as well. Very, very rare you're going to get an exchange that's never been hacked before in 4 years of being on the market. So use my referral link down below to sign up and you'll get a 15% trading fee discount, as well as, look at the bottom of the screen here, up to $8,000 in trading rewards in exclusive gifts for newcomers with my link down below. So use that link, get that discount, get those rewards, or at least get a chance to, and help out the channel, guys, and help out yourself, of course, by getting on a good exchange. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.